The reason is because here in the state of Oklahoma, round bales are being outlawed. Hey guys, it's Josh here at Porter Valley Ranch. I went and got some hay this morning, and this year I am feeding square bales of hay. Not rectangle bales, they're called square bales. The reason is because here in the state of Oklahoma, round bales are being outlawed. I don't know if you guys heard about this. It's big news. The big round bales you see driving down the highway, they are being outlawed because the Biden administration said that whenever you feed round bales of hay to livestock, that the livestock are not getting a square meal. Okay, that was total dad joke. I tell that joke all the time, and my kids get tired of it, but I think it's funny. I think it's funny every time I say it. I don't know about you guys, but it's funny to me. All right, so anyway, we are feeding square bales this winter. The main reason is because they're smaller, and we raise small animals. We raise sheep and goats. The other reason is because we raise ibex. Ibex are jumpers. They jump on top of the round bales. Well, they don't have a lot of control of their bodily functions. So when the ibex get on top of the round bales, they go to the bathroom on the round bales, which they later eat. Doesn't seem like a good problem for them to have. So I'm going to alleviate that problem by not giving them round bales to jump on top of, go to the bathroom, and then eat later. So we are feeding square bales, which are actually rectangles, but we're going to keep calling them squares because that's what we're going to do. So most of the time with round bales, there's a lot of waste unless you can put them in a really good feeding system. With square bales, you can put them in hay feeders and you don't have quite as much waste. But I came out here today to our little barn that I have a couple of our miniature sheep in, and this is what I found. They had broken into this and they had destroyed a couple of bales, and when they eat part of the bale falls apart. Now, it's not all wasted. It just kind of comes apart and you waste some of it. So here's one that I pulled out, and you can see it kind of turns into these little flakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those flakes, I'm going to put it into this hay feeder, get it off the ground so it doesn't get wasted as much. Now, I purchased this hay here locally. I get it for between $6 and $8 a bale. Today I had to buy it for $8 a bale, but that was okay because it's about a half mile down the road. Super convenient. It's good quality hay, and I'm kind of in a hurry because my wife and I are leaving town for a little while, and we need to make sure that our animals are taken care of and the people who are house sitting don't have to do very much. So $8 a bale, and these sheep just wasted that $8 bale. And it got me thinking. A lot of you watch our channel because it's a homesteading channel, so I'm sure a lot of you are like us. You are kind of from the country, you raise animals, or you want to raise animals, and most of the time people who are on farms and homesteads are pretty frugal people. Doesn't mean cheap, but frugal or wise with their money. Every dollar has a name and we know where it goes. So whenever a bale of hay like this gets wasted, it's kind of frustrating. But it got me thinking that I should probably introduce you guys to something that I'm not sure if you are aware of. So I've always been into investing. I started out college as a finance major, later changed to fine art and was a graphic designer. But I've always enjoyed finance. I've always enjoyed the game of finance. I've always enjoyed economics. That stuff just fascinates me. So there's a new thing, relatively new thing, called cryptocurrency. If you've never heard of cryptocurrency, I'm going to explain it to you really quick. It's crazy. That's it. I don't understand it. But it is basically a type of money that you can exchange. So a dollar, you could exchange a dollar for a euro. You could exchange a dollar for a franc. Or I'm getting ready to go to Africa, you could exchange a dollar for a billion CFAs. So cryptocurrency is a form of money. It is decentralized for the most part. It is on the internet. It is not tangible. You can't hold it in your hand. It is just on the internet. Now, all that being said, it's kind of like monopoly money. Only people buy it and they use it and they spend it. And the value of something is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. And right now people are willing to pay a lot of money for cryptocurrency. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a really quick snapshot of what I've been doing with cryptocurrency, so that you could maybe do it too. It's not something that I would spend a whole lot of money on, but this hay bale got me thinking, what if we just took $8 and put it into a relatively cheap, what they call an altcoin or meme coin? And if we put it in there, how much could we get? And then what would the potential for that be? So if you know nothing about cryptocurrency, I use an app called Coinbase. So you could download the app Coinbase, you link it to your bank account, and you can invest as little as $1. So I'm going to show you guys, whenever you log in to Coinbase, you go down here and there is a coin that is really popular right now called Shiba Inu. It is called the Doge killer. Dogecoin is another kind of a meme coin, or something that somebody designed kind of to make fun of the crypto market, and then it ended up being worth some money. It's kind of weird, I know. But I think this is one of those opportunities that if you're not aware of it, you might lose out on a big opportunity. We've all heard of Bitcoin. It doesn't mean we understand Bitcoin, but everybody's heard of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the same thing. Now, Bitcoin are currently selling for around $60,000 per coin. But at one point or another, Bitcoin was down in the hundreds or the low thousands. You could have bought it, and then you could have literally seen thousands of percents gain on your money. There are stories of people who put, $100 into Bitcoin or Cardano or Ether or one of these meme coins, and who made hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars off of that $100 investment. So SHIB or Shiba Inu is one of those that is really, really cheap right now. This is not financial advice. I'm just kind of putting something on your radar. So it is a coin that is 0.0000 and then range from 4 to 8. So it is a fraction of a penny for one coin. Okay, so for the price of a wasted hay bale, if you invested it right now, or when I'm filming this video, into SHIB coin, Shiba Inu coin, you would get over 100,000 of these coins. Now, are those coins worth anything? I don't know. But if you would have invested $8 about 6 months ago, that $8 would have been worth well over $100 now. I'm not saying that if you put that much money in right now, it's going to go up that much, but I'm saying that it could. And I don't think in my lifetime there have been very many opportunities that you could invest a relatively small amount of money and have huge potential gains. For the most part, with the stock market, you put in money, it's going to grow, 10, 15, 20% is great. And some of these crypto coins are gaining thousands and thousands of percents. Now, that being said, you could also very easily lose all of your money. So don't invest very much money. But when you look at small amounts, like a hay bale, $8, or for some people $100, some people $1,000 might not be a lot of money. But whatever is a small amount to you, if you risked that small amount, I think this is one of the few opportunities that you might have the chance to make something out of literally almost nothing. Okay, so again, just wanted to kind of put this on your radar, something you guys should look into for yourself. If one of my friends had some information that could have potentially made me a lot of money, or given me, a leg up on investing, and they didn't tell me about it, I'd be pretty mad. So you guys are my friends, you're my people, so I just wanted to kind of put this on your radar. I encourage you to look into it. I encourage you to do some research yourself. I encourage you to decide whether or not this fits into your investment portfolio, or if it's just something you want to do for fun like I do. This is not my retirement. This is not how we're paying bills. It's just something that if I get a little bit of extra money, I throw it into these cryptocurrencies. And I think right now, coins like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu are opportunities because they're pretty cheap. You can pick up a lot of it, and if the value goes up, your initial investment would go up a lot also. So check it out. Just helping you out, seeing if we can get rich together, because I know how rich I'm going to get selling sheep, and it's not very. So got to look around. You guys stay safe. We'll see you on the next video. This is Josh from Porter Valley Ranch. Thanks for joining us. I grew up in the country without lots of money, so weed is those rabbit ears. I pinched the foil on the end and dial it in just to watch a rerun of Cheers. But now that I've gotten older, my TV got thinner, the picture got clearer. Oh, but nothing's good on, morality's gone, and it seems the end's nearer. That's what's weird, is just unloaded a trailer full of hay, and there's hay everywhere, like on the ground. I put some in their hay feeder, put some in their other hay feeder down the hill, and put some out the window, and they come over here and they eat the new hay bale, which eventually will hollow out a spot, so the wire will get loose, and then that hay bale will just kind of fall apart. They're kind of like kids. I just gave you all this hay, and then they look for the one place that they shouldn't be eating it. So my plan is to take these 2 hay bales and take them down the hill and put them in that hay feeder before we leave next week. But if they are going to eat them, you have to put them all the way in the other stall and then haul them down there. So I was trying to be a little bit lazy, and they're not going to let me do it. As they came to my house and we partied out. Now there's having a jet. Before I go down and give the ibex their hay, I wanted to show you guys Rachel's garden. A couple weeks ago we put up this quick tent greenhouse. So she's got a few things growing in there. But we also went down and met Leon Sloan from Gardening with Leon. He is a YouTube legend when it comes to the gardening community, a wealth of knowledge. So we went down and met with him, and we've got a video, some videos coming out with him about, especially about his wicking tub method. So that's gonna be interesting. We're gonna put those inside the greenhouse. We're also taking some of his methods with us to Africa to try to help them implement, get some fertilizer things going, things like that, and try to use some of his methods. Wanted to show you guys though, I mean, we're sitting here second week of November, and Rachel still has some watermelons growing in the garden. Now this right here obviously is a problem. So that we suspect are rabbits. Rabbits are getting in the garden and they're eating things. So next season we're gonna have to do something different to keep the rabbits away. So we're gonna have to do some research on that. If you have any tips, let us know. But we had a pretty okay gardening season. We loved our garden. Rachel spent a lot of time up here. She did a great job with it, but the weather just didn't cooperate properly, and some of our soil had some inconsistencies. We brought in a lot of different soil and things like that. So we're really looking forward to next year, composting a lot of things this winter and really testing our soil, getting everything stable, and then also using the quick tent greenhouse. And we're also planning on putting up a big hoop house up here behind where my car is right now with all the hay on it. So Rachel's the gardener, I am the builder. So we built this with very little gardening knowledge, but she did the best she could with the situations that nature gave her. So next year we're looking forward to really expanding on this and making it great. But one of the things we're gonna have to deal with are the squash vine borers and rabbits. This has a bunch of ants in it, but I'm gonna take it down and feed it to the chickens. This one looks to also be not great. I don't know if these watermelons are going to be any good since they're growing so late in the season. Seems pretty strange to me, but maybe it's normal. If you're a gardener, should watermelons still be growing? I saw that like GrowJack had a watermelon that was just slightly bigger than this one. So GrowJack, if you're watching, like, would you say this is a good sized watermelon? I'm just joking. I know the answer. His was like hundreds of pounds, and I watched the video where he exploded it with a bunch of rubber bands. GrowJack's awesome. So if you're not subscribed to GrowJack Outdoors, go check him out. He's a great young man and he deserves your support. All right, let's go feed the goats and feed the chickens these gross watermelons that the rabbits destroyed. All right, so we put hay in that barn. We put hay in the top barn. We've got the feeders the cages all filled with hay. So the only thing that the kids and my parents should have to do while we're gone is simply fill this one hay cage over here for the harlequins. Everybody else should be fine. The goat should be fine. The top sheep should be fine. They'll feed the chickens every day. Kai does that anyways. And then they can feed them grain every other day if they want to. Ours are all dry lotted is what it's called basically, except for the ibex, which means they don't eat a whole lot of grass. They eat hay and a little bit of grain and then a mineral supplementation, and that keeps them nice and healthy. So everything should be set. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible on people while we're gone, and hopefully we've done that. So got a few more projects to do today and then we'll be good to go.